son, I'm loving for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Coach, thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
56. Target.
On the side, solid.
26. Hey, watch this.
Quickstone, travel.
Wide.
Kill. Topper.
On first down, Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Ready to break.
50. I know he ain't got it.
Let's go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Eagles' 18-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. Do you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now this throw caught left side. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wentz. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Check. X3. 218. Chopper.
Wentz now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Right here, guys.
61. Matchbox lights.
I'm here all day.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Look at this tight end on the corner. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Check 6 guys.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
Safe.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
56, Mike, 56.
Let's go right here now.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the back.
Hey, bunch.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
2nd down and goal. Wentz dancing to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
6 yards to go.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 6 yards away. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Elliott good on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
These two teams all tied after one. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
All day, every day, any day.
Hey, wahoo! Go! Squeeze!
Tight dog. Check.
Hey, lock it!
Kill.
To throw is Elway. Big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he's got room. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball. Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball could bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Let's get off the field.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Going up top for Miller. That's caught at the 25. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 75 yards.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
You don't know no better.
Check.
Sunday.
Hot.
80 weapon.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Elway. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Okay, ready?
Mike, 47. Check, 47.
Hey, Charlie!
Got the screen. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Got you, boy. I got you, boy. Both sevens and Mike.
5.
From the shotgun, Elway. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
He'll field this at the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. So right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. He got 29 yards that time. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Give me some. Here we go. Slam, slam, slam. Check 31, check 31. Switch, switch.
Here.
Switch. Showing it.
Let's go. Great.
Check. Under 10.
Wentz now to throw. Being chased out left. Incomplete. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. Wentz now on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's Elway. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
March 47. March 47. Cut.
From the gun, it's Elway. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Break. Mike 5-4. Here we go.
Deep grip.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Down. 18 Gator. Go.
Check.
Go. Hey, seam 6. Leo.
25. Check 25.
Rock it. Head up.
Elway looking to pass again.
Watch out.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Head up. 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, watch the slant.
Go.
Comes to me, it's me. Mike.
Yeah. Go out.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Watch the edge.
Hey, Echo.
Mike's 50.
Yep.
Coming.
Shoot.
Now Elway on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Eluding the pressure right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, stand. Hey, box drop. Hey, bunch. Hey, stand.
Check 13. Sponge. No.
Lion.
Tighten up.
Throwing his Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Check 52.
Check.
Kill.
Check. 51's the mic. Rip right. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Ram.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Elway. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, high 7.
Operating from the gun, Elway. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Hey, exit. Look at me. Zipper.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check the backer, check the backer. Check safety, check safety.
82, 40.
Wentz gonna throw. Wide open receiver complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14.
51.
Mike 51. I got you.
Into the red zone. Wentz. This is the tight end fan. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now Wentz again. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
He's coming. We got double up.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. His pass caught at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Now, and that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Scott Miller, his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Eagles 42, Lions 7. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First down, Lions.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Elway to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. You're
Hey,
right.
Zoo.
Go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Speed trip. Speed trip.
Throwing now, Elway on first down. Past the 20. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second and goal, Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. To throw, it's Wentz. Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Wentz on the keeper. Intended for Miles Sanders, incomplete. Brings up 4th down and goal.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got you, son.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Kamara. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Now it's Elway. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Elway. And it is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Go. 280!
So we got man. Check now.
Lefty. 22 jet bomber.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead.
49, line 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The Lions, 1st down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, Alpha!
Max 50.
Hit it!
To throw is Elway. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elway. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Gehring, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The drive starts with a completion left side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
X3, 218, chopper. Rip.
Now Wentz. Flushed out right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
The Eagles on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Two jet. We're 5-7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
61. Matchbox lights.
Watch safety.
What's this on?
Working from the gun. Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here's Wentz to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Let's go.
They run it again with Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Ready. 70. Indy.
Let's go. Wide. Get wide.
Go. Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Elway. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Sunday.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Eagles 56, line 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A very solid gain of 27.
First down, Lions.
You better be afraid of me.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill.